Are you stuck with your design? Stuck with really understanding how you can quickly set up a design system? And you thought it would be so easy. So you put something into Claude. You created a logo, you created another logo, some logo types, but somehow it just is always a different design and you can't really get to a new design and a very nice one and a very aligned one. If that is you, and if you feel very stuck there and you just can't get over this very first step of building your brand, building your business, building your website, then this video is for you. Because what we will be doing is that I will show you the Claude Design functionality. And this was really a game changer for myself. How do you get to Claude Design? So first you need to have a Claude subscription. And when you have a Claude subscription, I think the pro one is $20 roughly right now. Then you can automatically use Claude Design. So what you do is you go to the Claude here. This is the URL that you have to use. You see it here in the URL file. It's claude.ai/design. And once you are there, you see you should see what I'm seeing here, which is the very first overview of this application and this feature. And what we will be doing today is that, let's imagine we want to build an AI consultancy and we want to teach SMB companies on AI and help them to implement it. So given that goal, let's get started. So what we do is let's start anywhere, so you directly see how we can build this up. We go to start anywhere. Okay, this is not where we wanted to start, but you can upload some files. We will not upload some files, but if you have some files, you can actually start with anywhere. So add a file and a design if you already have something, if you already have some ideas. So I did this myself as well. So I had some ideas, I would just put them in there. But if you say you have absolutely no idea, you just start with a blank canvas. So let's start with this blank canvas. And so here you see now we have a design system files and a folder. So far in this folder, there is one design that I created already, but we will just start anew. And we will type in here, you see you have Claude Opus 4.8. You can also use a different one. And what we can say is, I want to create the design files website for my new business that is an AI consultancy for SMB companies to help them implement AI. And so we just click send. Obviously, the more ideas you already have, the better, because then you can give AI and Claude specifically here some more ideas about in which direction you want to go to. We see here that this is now a few questions. I directly get a question about some design files already. And what we do now is we have to say, I want a fresh direction. So what we will be doing, this is Falcon Labs, no, it is not. Same visual style, but a different business name. No, we say it is completely new business and a completely new design system. Keep it totally separate. So now we have what is your business name. So we can just say AI wins. Just pick whatever you want to. And obviously the closer you are, as said, to a name that really you like, then you have the options here, but you can also use Claude normally or another AI and say, hey, I have an idea, that's what I want to do. This is maybe my name. This is like something that is important to me. This is roughly what the brand should be. So should it be sustainable? Should it be future forward? So whatever is important to you here, and then you can figure out like names that really work well for you. What should I build? Marketing website, pitch sales deck, social banners, and so on. So let's go with marketing website, and we can also do something else. So social banners, LinkedIn carousel, maybe just do brand one business and a pitch deck. But let's not do the pitch deck because otherwise we will have a very long video and I want you to get as most as possible out of the general idea of how to use that system. And then you can say which sections does the website need. So a hero, a headline is something we just normally need. So you have a good overview. Everyone who goes to your website directly knows, okay, this is what it is about. You want to have a service and offering, how it works process, we can skip this. We want to have an about section. Normally you should have case studies and testimonials, super important, pricing potentially as well. But we keep it short today and just add another contact and book a call button and section. What services do you actually offer? We can say AI trainings and AI implementation retainer package. Normally you will likely not have a retainer package for something like that. Maybe have a specific project with an AI audit and then going on with some kind of AI implementation, but this is just an idea. Who exactly are your SMB customers? Here we can say what kind of industry you like, what kind of more focus you like, how big should this SMB company be. So we can just say, let's take some hair salons. So just to make it very specific, so we can say hair salons with at least 3 different locations. Then how many directions for the hero or homepage? Let's say we want to have 2 options just to make it more interesting, so you have something you can explore. Then if I explore options, what should vary? Overall layout structure, visual treatment. Let's do visual treatment and headline copy. Then the tone of the copy, what do you want to have? We can here go with professional and polished and maybe a bit of warm and approachable, or we can't choose both. So go with professional and polished. Then what's the single most important action a visitor should take? We can say book a first call. And then get a logo, portray, or any brand assets. We don't have any asset. This is here to show you what it can do. And with this, let's get and click continue. And so what is that it now has the questions answered. So these are all the questions that we just answered. And now AI is thinking. And this takes a tiny bit of time, but you already see that it says completely new brand. I said this is site and design AI wins from scratch. Let me pull up the design guidance for fresh brand work. But what it also does is that it gives you always these little nice tips here. Here, for example, the best design systems is the one nobody notices. I'm not sure if you necessarily need that, but it's generally a fun idea to just scan through these tips while the AI is working. And you can see here a completely new brand and it reading skill prompt. So it normally goes through this and put this all together. So this is just waiting time, so we can't do that much about it here. We can, as said, just wait, but I can tell you that I did this and use it myself, and it's very beneficial because it goes very fast. It has all of the relevant information directly for you available, and you can use it for basically everything. You have one consistent brand, one consistent typography, one consistent spacing. When we are done with our project here, we get a full website. So we have everything that we need, and you can even extend it then to specific social media banners, to presentations as we saw, to business cards. So whatever you need, it creates it for you. And the good thing is that it also all lives in a folder. So I can show you this in a second here for this one. So this is the current folder and we can download it. But this folder has everything. It has assets, it has design systems, it has typography, it has specific images that are relevant. So whatever is relevant, it basically has it. And so you can also iteratively work on it. So iteratively means that you start very basically, but then the more information you get, the more you maybe want to quickly do some own designs, some prototypes. And so you can build this up and upload it. And in that sense, very quickly can also experiment with your brand and see what works best. And so now you see how AI starts to bring together your brand and build it up. I'm not a big fan of this gray here, but I think the first version of the website already looks very good. So you see here that it says AI wins homepage 3 directions to react to. Each frame is the top of the homepage, the vary on visual treatment and headline copy. So we see that now what we have here is the first version is the atelier, editorial and warm. You have more like cream colors. You have here this thing that it says one every chair like your best one. I'm not sure, but could be an interesting copy to say. And obviously you can always tweak the copy. So if you say, okay, I don't really like that copy, that's like really weird. You can also tweak it to something that might make a bit more sense to you. And so we bring AI into your salon group, fewer no-shows, fuller books, less admin behind the desk, without handling your team another tool they won't use. So this is the first one that you can pick from, and obviously this one would be here, portray image. If you say, this is not really mine, We can scroll down. We have the B operator. This is a more like black one, more maybe future one, but also, yeah, maybe more modern and might not necessarily fit. But you would see here, user longs minus the busy work. AI wins, puts AI to work across every location, booking, no-shows, reviews, reordering, so your managers stop firefighting and your stylists stay on the floor. So that might be something where you say, okay, this is just more aligned from a copy perspective, but maybe not so aligned from the design, but then you can also tweak and mix and match. And then we have a third one here, which is the C, the calm one, that says AI that pays for itself by the third chair. No buzzwords, no year-long projects. We find the few AI changes that actually move your numbers, set them up, and train your team to run them. So you have 3 options. From a design perspective, I like the first one the most, but also think the calm one is very effective because it really tells you what it does. So AI that pays for itself by the third chair. So we could just go with this one and then later on do some tweaking as well. So what we can say is, which direction or mix should I build out? And so we say, I love the design of A, the atelier, and the copy of C, the calm version. So we say this and we send it. And then what we will be seeing is that it will tweak these options and ideally gives us a joined and merged copy of A and C. And basically just means wait a second until it is done. And you also see here, for example, it didn't really put logo yet and the name. It's currently just a dot. But obviously that's something, if you say, okay, I want to have a bit more of a visual logo and not only a dot, you can then add and adapt later. What you also see here is that you can do a markup, you can edit, you can make some tweets and comments. And that's, I think, also something very valuable. So when we mark up, click and tell Claude what to change, drag to draw. So we can even draw around stuff here. We won't do this now, let's move it around. But you see what's possible. Then you have some tweaks, so you can describe a tweak and it then automatically takes it into account as well, which I think is very helpful. And you can also leave comments. So you can just put comments here somewhere and then write a comment into the site. But let's go move back to here where it's currently working and you now see that it tweaked the website and put it all together. So we see that it put AI that pays for itself by the third chair. Obviously, I still am not a big fan of the third chair personally, but if you would say that's fine, keep it. If not, you could obviously adapt it with your own design, with your own objective that you want to achieve. But you see we have now the beautiful design of option A, but at the same time the copy of option C. So it very quickly is able to mix and match those things together to make it really work for you. And you see here we have AI wins, or we have a navigation bar, so you have the services and about and so on. So it also jumps to these different sections already. The services, about and contact, book a first call. You have the reality of running 3+ chairs deep. So it gives you some more details about working, what we do. This is the things that we said before when we answered those questions, that we said 2 ways we work with you. So the AI training and the implementation retainer. And it added some additional details that obviously you should read through and adapt with AI and say, okay, that makes sense or that doesn't make sense. Not sure where to start? You can book a first call. You have here who will work with us. So you see also here, you can add the contact email. You can go down and let's find your first AI win. So you have everything that you need and you can adapt it as you want. And I think that's very powerful. And now that you have the website, you can also start creating other design actions and other design insights. And now it also gives you the one-pager. It's sometimes very quick and works while you might still be in the thinking. But at the same time, once you changed one specific component, so for example, the copy, it will update the copy on all of these different components. So it's very quick to update once you make little tweaks because it has this folder of everything in there. It's like the right colors with the right copy. So whenever you make a copy or color change, then it automatically, as I said, change it for everything. So here you see it has the brand one-pager and business card. So this is something where I put everything together. Then you also have the business card and then you can adapt everything that is relevant for this one. And now you see it gives you an answer. Done. AI wins. It now has 3 pieces in the atelier look with the calm voice. So it has the home page, the one page, and the directions. Placeholders to fill in. So for you to make this usable, you should be filling it in, and then you're very good to go. Now put the tweaks away. You can present that, you can share it. So if we click on share here, you can just share the link here. You can export it as PDF, PowerPoint, standalone, or project archive. I did the project archive, which I think is the most relevant one, because then they have all these different design works automatically visible and you can directly use it. Standalone HTML is relevant if you want to put this online. So maybe if you want to use a Vercel or GitHub and put the website directly online, you might have to make small little pieces, what we can discuss in another video, where you go into the details of how you can actually then really publish this website and make it live on the internet so it works in your favor. But this is how you can export it, and you can also send it. So you can send it to Claude Code here. So you can click it here to Claude Code, and then automatically when you have Claude Code, be it in a VS Code or in general in a cursor, then you can directly work there on Claude Code and make some tweaks on your website and you're done. So that's a very smooth setup, and it allows you to have everything in one place and you can directly work out of that place. So that was it for today. I hope you liked the video. And if you want to listen to more of those videos, then please subscribe and follow me for more of those tips that get you unstuck with AI.